So you guys know that the Palestinian independence struggle and Al Qaeda are different things, right? Obviously, anybody who's educated enough to be a subscriber to this channel knows that's the case. But what's become more and more clear to me in recent months as the justifications for Israel's genocide are collapsing is how few people in the foreign policy establishment in the United States know that or understand that. Um, this is a weird equivalence between the Palestinian liberation struggle and like this idea of radical Islamic terrorism that has been allowed to continue to exist in US discourse for 25 years now, and it is breaking down. This has been of great service to Israel, this idea that the group of indigenous people that they are trying to ethnically cleanse, get rid of, oppress, what have you, are somehow the same thing as the transnational terrorist group that knocked down the Twin Towers in the United States. This is nonsense. And it's very interesting as all the other excuses for the genocide that's being committed in Gaza are falling apart. Seeing people on Twitter, seeing people in publications like the Free Press, seeing people in even some respected publications be like, no, 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 you don't understand. Like, Israel's our big ally against Al Qaeda. And that was never true. That was never true. Israel used 9/11 to as an excuse to get away with horrific oppression of a population they wanted to oppress that happened to also be Muslim. The Islam of Al Qaeda comes out of Saudi Arabia, a Saudi Arabia that was protected and encouraged to corrupt Islamic thought across the Islamic world. That is deeply, deeply distinct from the fact that Palestinians don't want to be pushed off their land, don't want to be slaughtered, don't want to have even more stolen from them. And the idea that these two things, like Al Qaeda and Palestinian liberation, are the same thing is farcical, and nobody who knows a fucking thing about this conflict or the region believes that to be the case. But that the idea that those are the same thing somehow still survives in U.S. discourse, and I think it's being humiliated and crushed right now, and we all need to participate in making it more humiliated and crushed. Like, the independent struggle of an oppressed people is not the same thing as like CIA, Saudi, international terrorist groups, obviously.